What does it say over here? The Chetchildu is Eines of Malam Makam Acholo. We'll just start, we'll see it inside, so we shouldn't get as there's Eines of Malam Makam Acholo. And there's in this area, since the Eines of is Ein Sof Amitis, V'meili is Keil Al Inyan. Yeah, there's an Ein Beishum Teir and Bagbolis. So there's the Era Bligvol, there's the Era Gvol. But Ava became, Lifnet Simsum, Mishas the Era Bligvol at Meir Gewen. There was no Nisin Asmakim to the Inyan Gvol. Yeah? I'm saying, what's the pshat? What's the pshat that Erin Sof, that Legabi Erin Sof, since it's Ef Shalem Beishum Teir and Beishum Agbolis, V'meile Sai Era Gvol and Sai Era Bligvol. And Ava became, Mishas that Meir Gewen the Era Gvol is not Nirgash. What's Behergash the Era Bligvol? What I'm saying is that the Era Bligvol and the Era Gvol are takatu afachim. It's not the pshat that you have, say a person has Sai Seichel and Sai Midas. Seichel is not a stira to Midas. There's Keach HaSeichel is a Keach Prati, and there's Midas. Here, the Era Bligvol, Mitzad the Era Bligvol, Loi Hayam HaKam Ling Desel. Mitzad the Era Bligvol, there's no Nisin Asagim Teilmis. It means, on one hand, the Eibishter is Ein Sof, and Mitzad the fact that it's Ein Sof, there's no Nisin Asagim to any other Mitzis. Ein Makam Ling Desel. Afa became, because the Eibishter is not Mugdar at all, so he also have a fact, he has an opposite in you. That he does have an Era which is Nisin Makam Leilamis. It's not that the Era Nisin Makam Leilamis is that the Era Bligvol is not social Leilamis, and he also gives space for an Era Gvol. Mitzad the Era Bligvol bringt the reis, the Nekuda, the Reim Mosavalakos, Vilagabi, and Sof, there's no Nisin Makam Tani Mitzis. And Afa became, the Eibishter is not Mugdar that he has to only be in a Eifin of Shlilas HaMitzis. As Echet Kel Adam Ineh, that he can be in Hizgal in Mitzis. Not because the Hizgal is in Mitzis, not because the Era Bligvol is as Ashat Era Bligvol, which is Nesun Makam Mitzis. Yeah, that's a big difference. One way you say that the reason why you have a Rav Godel from Niflamayid, so he's able to explain himself also to Talmud Kotten. So why is he able to explain himself also to Talmud Kotten? Because his greatness is not so great. He also can relate to a lower Talmud. Here we're saying from the point of view of his greatness, he Shalei Be'erach Klal, Legabi Talmud Kotten. Because he's Amitis Ein Sof, so it's not shaykh to be Magbalim, that he has to be Dafkin or Tnua of Shlilas HaMitzis. He's Tachas HaShlemus. Ebervil so because he's Ein Sof, he could also be an Eifin of Era Gvol. But it's not. But the Era Bligvol is Shela Legamri the Mitzis. You understand that too? It's two afachim really. It's not the pshat that the Era Bligvol is a Zamisert which is not so Shela Mitzis and Samil is also Era Gvol. You heard the meaning. I'm saying the Era Bligvol is an Eifin that there's mitzad the Hizgalus Ein Sof Velakus. There's Loi Hayam HaKam Mitzis Elamis. And biyachad imzeh, since the Eibishter is not mugbal in any Ein Beishum Teir and Bagbolis, but mainly if there's a mile that a lukus should also be Meir imitzis, so he has that mile too. So he has the mile sabligvul betachlis. The mile sabligvul betachlis is the mitzad the his galus ha'er, mitzad the bligvul of a lukus. There's no ness in the song from mitzis. It's not the pshat that the bligvul is bagbolim. The bligvul is betachlis hashlemus. Biyachad imzeh, because why is the Eibishter bligvul? Because he's not mugbal at all. So the bligvol is not an eifin that is not that there can't be gvul. Can eich sein gvul. But in Hergish, these inyanim are two afachim. Mitzad the Era Bligvol is nirgash at the lo heya makom lemidas elements, and memele it's not nirgash over the din of Era Gvul that there could be space for elements. But it's two opposite inyanim. The Era Gvul is nisgal through tzimtzum. So we have the Era Bligvol, which the guy with the Era Bligvol, that the Era Bligvol brings out this tnu and elokus, which the guy elokus is muvdal, and the guy him the homitzis elements is kolachshiv. Then mitzad that tzimtzum, so there's a kaviyachol elokus can come back bala and can come lefi erech homitzis elements. And there it's not nirgash the Era Bligvol. If it's nirgash the Era Bligvol after that tzimtzum, so then it's in the hergish in mitzias. These are two opposite tnus. Mitzad amitis inyan, because the Eibush is tachas ein sof, so he's not mugder. And he has both shleimus. You know, saying in Hergish Advarim, the Era Bligvol is a Zavsert Era, which mitzad in Yonei is Sheilod in Elemis. And mitzad Era Gvul is in the Svakim Elemis. And I just want to show what does the Rebbe say? That so you have the Era Bligvol, and the Era Bligvol is given at Tzimtzum, and is now in a Tnu of his Almus. Mitzad this Almus Era Bligvol, there's the Era Hanes and Svakim Elemis. There's the Era Gvul. So what's the Lishani? See, Lamer Zenacham the Lishani. Well, just to know what's the handles Chabis. So Mizamat has no shkas many about Lishani. See. V'chein atum shlein b'elam atum shlein b'elam. L'chorot is a shinui. In a tzimtzum. Achar kach v'riyas ha'elamis. L'chorot is shinui. So there's two shinui that Rebbe mentions. The etzim in a tzimtzum. The chatchila the air was an eifin of gili. Now the air is an eifin of tzimtzum. That's a shinui. And then la'achre tzimtzum. There's the riba elamis, and the air is nimshach an eifin of riba shinui. That's already the shinui in air agvul. The etzem in that tzimtzum is a shinui in the Eira Bligvul. Lifnei tzimtzum the Eira Bligvul Meir Givem Begoli. La'achar tzimtzum is Vies Almos. So the tzimtzum is l'chora shinui the Eira Bligvul. And then the Eira HaKav HaKotzer, which is Nimshach La'achar tzimtzum, he's Nimshach an Eilumis Beifim Prati. The shinui in the Gabi which darga Eilumis. So there is shinui mitzad in Mitzias Eilumis. So what does he say? And thus Dr. Shari Yichod l'chora in Moven Nechim L'Shanisi. That כשיש שינוי, so l'chora is a shinui machas that tzil, he went through this, but this is shinui lifnei tzimtzum. So what's answer? Metaretz. So he says like this: Kivan shanoim shahayet tzimtzum. Tzimtzum means that am shachar shel acheret tzimtzum shalei be'erach klal legabe the shinui lifnei tzimtzum. So what's happening therefore? So the shinui which are in the Eira Gvul is not pe'el shinui in the Eira Bligvul. What's happening from their word? When you say that the Eira Gvul is shalei be'erach klal legabe the Eira Bligvul, so when made the shinui was two in zechap in the Eira Gvul aren't pe'el shinui in the Eira Bligvul, because the gabe the Eira Bligvul the mitzias Gvul has no tzias makam at all. Shalei be'erach. Yeah, that's verstanden. Huh?
The first question.
1 second. Then what's the first question? The Eira Bligvul was a tzimtzum Eira Bligvul. Okay, doesn't involve Zen. I'm saying that's the. Huh? Oh, then he's missing another thing. And Legabi etzem, the fact it was a tzimtzum and Eira, not a shinui. The shaila that the Eira l'chatchil was begil, and now the Eira is behelim. That's not a shinui Legabi etzem, because the whole Inyan Agili is a audible vad Legabi etzem. The whole Inyan Agili is kolachshiv has not fisa smakim klal Legabi etzem. The etzem is moved to Legami from there. Legabi etzem, the whole shaila of tzimtzum hepsach shtam. Once we understand the musik of ha'audible vad, so the Eir shanimshach idea tzimtzum, Legabi the Eir shalifnei tzimtzum is audible vad. So the shinuyim in the Eira Gvul is not pe'el shini klal in the Eira Bligvul. Al derech zeh, the fact that it was a shini in the Eira Bligvul is not a shini Legabi the etzem. So thus, in the Seder, basically, I'm just saying it says, what does it say? Harem shayin etzem, b'flatzim simrishin she'esilav g'dil, l'kshnas cholma, b'achagim shel akav kotzer, v'chagam ba'adarga shalifnei zeh, harei hoya tzimtzum rak ba'ir v'or, asher mizeh muvan ich she'en zeh poel shum shini ba'ani ba'atzmus. So there's one beer in Leisha Nisi, because the shinuyim are on a lower darga, which the gabi, the elyin, that lower darga has not tfisas makam at all. Shinei shaykh to say, if let's say the shinuyim in the Eira Gvul. But Shinei shaykh to say, there's kamei fanim how the Eira Gvul is nimshach. So when it's shaykh to say Shinei the elyin, if the hashpa has a tfisas makim, has a erech, has a yachas the gabi the elyin, then the shinuyim of the shinuyim of the shefa, the shinuyim of the hashpa are al karcha chashinei in the elyin. When he said the hashpa has no erech the gabi the elyin, so there's no shaykh of shinisi. So mele so we have kamei shinuyim. The etzem in the briyas eilumis. And I'm shachas v'derech pulamida, so that is leish nisin the gabi the Eira Bligvul too, because shlei be'erach klal. Now the etzem in that tzimtzum, that's the Rebbe Hitzachon. The etzem in that tzimtzum l'chor is a shinui. So that's not a shinui. The fact that it was a tzimtzum, the tmura said the Eira is begili, is now behelim. That's not a shinui the gabi the etzem, because the gabi the etzem, the whole inyan ha'eira is a audible vat. Said I'm verstehen, but as a. So what I'm saying is we have one beer why leish nisi is because the shinuyim have no tfisas makim legabi the elyon. That explains side the shinuyim of Eira Gvul, the Gabi the Eira Bligvul, and side they're saying the shinuyim of Briyas Eilumis, and side the shinui of Tzimtzum, which is in the Eir, L'umas Te'etzim. Because the Mitzias Hatachtan has with his makam the Gabi the Eira. That's l'chor of the. Does state the l'chor, no? Yeah. Then he's mavar more.
Huh? That's not saying the Eira Bligvul to that. It's not about Tzimtzum, just.
Mitzad the heart of a vat. L'chor has it. So the gamma daga shalifne is a tzimtzum like ba'ir, and Eir is only and with us Eir va'or. Hashem is a move on. Hashem is a posh machine ba'ani ba'atzmus.
So why is that different from tzimtzum?
The same beer that we say. How does it for end for tzimtzum?
Tzimtzum means that it's shlei barach and so I just apply that to Eir being hard.
I'm saying what's falt us rein though. We say that the Eir is be'audible vad. We're saying what's the hemshech ha'inyan? That's what I'm understanding. But I'm saying but the beer is one that could be beer.
The question is tzimtzum ha'ir the shinei. So since we understand only hara, tzimtzum ha'ir shinei.
So if one beer is because audible vad, not the audible vad. Audible vad explains two pratim. Side the Eir the gabi etzem and side the Eira Gvul the gabi the Eira Bligvul. Yeah, but there are questions.
One word of being hara is because tzimtzum is total. Because with the tzimtzum it has no erech at all
That's the Gabi the Eira Blikvul. And al derech
It's
zeh,
not about the tzimtzum, just about it being
since Eir is audible bad, so since Eir is audible bad, so the tzimtzum of the Eir is not Pelashini in the Etzim. There's a tzimtzum in there, but the Eir is audible bad. You're saying why there is?
It's about the tzimtzum.
You're saying like this prat is the Chorah not negating in that tzimtzum.
He didn't say tzimtzum, it's not. He's saying
First day, yeah,
it's
first day.
not a shidduch.
Huh?
There are different shinui. They were trying to explain we're not pale nani. The shinui of the article and the shinui of the tzimtzum.
You're saying this, the Rebbe is all speaking like Gabi the Ani Mamish.
It's both to explain why it's bad.
But once you say that the Eir is audible bad, you don't need to explain. If the whole Eir is audible bad, so the Mele, what does he say in Shari Yichud? They got me this Indian. Doesn't have a fire in two inanim in Shari Yichud. It's not Izgeshesh, just two inanim in Shari Yichud.
I think it's fun to say that in this paragraph that I was going into to explain that the or Gvul Gabe aren't safe. That's the next paragraph. No. The next paragraph is to explain why there's no shinui Gabe aren't safe.
No, why the Chorah, not that Shini. Why the Chorah the Eira Blikvul is a tzimtzum. Not why there's no Shini the Eira Gvul Gabe the Eira Blikvul. The Eira Gvul Gabe the Eira Gvul because there's no Tfisa Smakim. What I'm saying is, I think here is one beer in Leishanisi. One beer in Leishanisi is the fact that the Tachton is not Tfisa Smakim the Gabe the Elyon. That's inspired by the Inina Tzimtzum the Gabe the Eira Blikvul. And that's Bechlal, the whole beer of Eir the Gabe Etzim. The Nekud is, what's the beer of Leishanisi? Leishanisi is, I Lechura the Shinuim, but the Shinuim are in a darga which have no Tfisa Smakim the Gabe the Elyon. So that's one beer of Leishanisi. Saying, and we'll see why it's Negel Didan, but what's Negel Hem Shchamayim. But the first beer of Leishanisi is that Legabe the Elyon, the Tachten and all the Zagbalas have no Tfisa Smakim Klal. So let's say Gili has a certain Agbala, and B'meile and there's Tzimtzum. But that Inyan, the whole Geder Agili is not a Metzias Legabe Etzim. It's Kolosh Legabe Etzim. B'meile, the fact that the fact that there's a Tzimtzum in the air is not Mashana the Etzim. Al there's the Shinuim in the Eir Agvul. The Shinuim in the Eir Agvul are not a stira Legabe the Eir Abligvul. Because the Gabe the Eir Abligvul, the Eir Agvul is not Tfisa Smakim. That's the import. So it's the same Nekud of Leishanisi. The Nekud of Leishanisi is the header Tfisa Smakim, but the Shinuim Legabe Etzim. And das steht dort in Sharichud. Sharichud, he says that all the Shinuim are only La'achar Tzimtzum. Mashenkin, it's not Mishane, the Matzah, the way it is, Lifnat Tzimtzum. So what's the word? The word is that the Shinuim are Shalei Be'erech, or the Darga, where there the Shinuim, is Shalei Be'erech Klal Legabe Etzim. Now the Rebbe is saying something, another word. Now in your new beer. Legabe the Eira Blikvul. So the Shneim of the Eira Gvul aren't Mishana the Eira Blikvul. But the Churdu is at Tzimtzum the Eira Blikvul. That's good for the Shneim. The Chatchila the Eira Blikvul is an Eifin of Gili, and now he's an Eifin of Tzimtzum. That's the Churdu Shneim. It does better for entering the word as a Zakfriya. The Etzim word that the Shneim of the Eira Gvul, that we were Mataris already. But the Churdu, the Etzim fact was that the Chatchila the Eira Blikvul is Begili, and now the Eira Blikvul is with Tzimtzum. That's the Churdu Shneim. Sabtem Lek Tetsunach Habir. This you need another beer. Achar Kach Mavar Yes B'Shayichet Sham. Shigam Ba'er in Pelshim Shini. Hagam Sheba'er Hoya Tzimtzum. Question number one. So the Eir, that's Shini. Lechatchil, the Eir was in a Tunu of Gili, and now the Eir is in a Tunu of Helen.
That's usually a problem to say there's a Shinui very cold.
We're just saying, Gili versus Helen is a Shinui Chitzeni Ma'id. We're just saying, it's not, if the way we learn by us, the Musik of Helen, that the Eir retracted at a different place. So it's Emes Shini. I'm saying, before, it's also not a real Shini. I'm saying, Eir Hashem is the Mashal. Let's say the light, the air was mispashed in this room, and then someone put a kisei on the window, and the air is not mispashed in this room. We say it's a change, because the air was in this room, and now the air is in a different place. It's not a real shini, because the air, its energy didn't become smaller. The air has the ability to be made in this room. It's technical that it's not made in this room. The shini, if you're talking about an ini which is blik vol, and for whatever reason it is, mitzad its tchunis, it could be made everywhere. And blepoil, it's for some reason it's not being actualized. It's not a real shinu. When you speak about shefa dvarim mukbalim, so then that's a real shinu. If the seichel is not made believe, that's akbal in seichel. Seichel, you say the Rav understands the seichel in his mayach. So the seichel now is in a edelaif. And in order for it to come to a lower place, you have to lower it down. You don't have to lower the inyan in order for it to be made everywhere. The way it is can be made everywhere. L'payil mamash is not made. So l'payil mamash is not made is not going to be a real change, a real shinu. The mitzad atzmei stays blikvul. And when you open up the curtain, you let it be made inside. Nothing was added to the air. The air stayed Ein Sof. L'payil wasn't actualized the potential that it has. Nothing changed. Mashenga by a davar mugbal, if the seichel is nishar and atzilus, the eir is nishar and atzilus, let's say. So atzilus is too edel than being nimshach in a lower elam. So then, when it's misamsim nimshach in a lower elam, or it's not nimshach, there's a shin in the gufeini. Now it's in a version of asiya, and now it's in a higher version. The eir abligvul, or eir, the Rebbe was talking about eir, which is mitzad atzmi, could be meir b'kol makim. There's no real shinui. I'm saying there's no, the eir is bligvul, but etzim kener meir zem b'kol makim. The pel mamish is not meir.
But also in the Makabel, no?
No, I'm saying before that. I'm saying the shinui is not a regular shinui. I'm just saying number one. Number two is the etzim, the tzimtzum is a helen. It's not the pshat that the eir leaves the makim amakabel. The eir is present. He's not nirgash. However we understand what the musik of helen means. But it doesn't. There's no. It's not the pshat that the eir is doesn't exist anymore in this room. The eir, the etzim is b'kol makim. The eir is b'kol makim. Sachakel, the eir is not a naifin that the makabel is margish. So it's not. It doesn't retract really. It's a naifin that the makabel is not aware of it. It's a shini chitzein legani.
It's much labor.
That's the mashal of Eber, yeah. But it's a shini. That's a shini chitzein legani.
Let's talk about Tali, no? I'm saying.
We know about that, yeah.
First Nakuda, he said it's not like big. The first Nakuda he's saying, it's not a shini, it's not
Yeah.
there. He's saying, does go for tagging not that if. Since it's big votes, tagging not that if. It's only even Gili Hal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that Gashmis Nelam has it. The Shemesh, the light, you could block the light from going into a room. Are you going to say the light, the nature of the light now is in a higher eifin, or it's a little bit smaller? The light when you open the window, the light becomes expands, and when you close the window, the light is less expanded. The light means pel mamish it is, but not in mahus, so it's a shini chitzein. A lukus is even less, because it doesn't lapel mamish. The expansion doesn't. It's only legavi that it's not expressed that a makabel is margish. Every way you, but kapel that is saying lapel is a shini. If he was begili, now he's behelim. These don't understand the beer, but the eir is not behelim. No. Yeah. That's one symptom. Then the gam eir hanimshach hu kav kotzer v'dak. So l'chora this eir, the eir hanimshach is already eir mukbal. Shemizeh shu kotzer v'dak movement shenimshach be'efen shel kotzer shegam zehu tzimtzum. So for the etzim zach that he was nimshach the etzim, that's already lifnei tzimtzum. There I was talking about the eir agvol. The eir agvol lifnei tzimtzum is a prat and the eir abligvol. Ayidei tzimtzum the eir agvol is nirgash as eini b'fnei atzmi. And that in gufa is more bagbola than the way it was lifnei tzimtzum. Well, you say the dugma chsidis that there's bisman abayis there was re'iyah and asagas alukus. Bisman azeh there is no re'iyah alukus. There's no yirah kol surcha. And even hasaga bisman azeh is in a lower degree than hasaga the way it was then. So there's two tzimtzum. If someone has a saga and an inyan that he sees and he also understands, so that saga is in a higher ifin legami. That saga is behemshach to the riyah. That saga is not an inyan b'fnei atzmi. The minute you only have a saga, that's already shalei be'er klal legabi a saga being an extension of the riyah. And then, besides for the fact that you have a saga, being different from the riyah, the saga guf is in a lower ifin. So that's two inyan. So now, after we can even the er guf is leishanisi. So this beer, the Rebbe is giving sai legabe the hagvol and what is it? Or the Rebbe means only the only he means only the hagvol. The where the tzimtzum was pale. The beer that he gives before is legabe the abligvol. The tzimtzum had no ashpa on the abligvol. Well, the wasn't mishtana at that tzimtzum. So of them the Torah says the tzimtzum is only legabe amakabel. That's coming was saying the whole tzimtzum is not legabe the abligvol. The tzimtzum, the fact that it's not nirgash, has not tfisa smakim legabiyim. Doreter legabi the eragvol. The whole shaila is only legabi eragvol. Saying what the Rebbe speaks before enze pel shem shini ba'ani ba'atzmos is kevel sai atzmos and also the eragvol that he brings before. Beide prat. Vernish mishtana the eragvol was because the tzimtzum is there wasn't pel shini in the eragvol. The tzimtzum is just that he's not that the makabel is not margish, and that's pasha that legabi eragvol is no shini. The shaila is the eragvol, which the eragvol is mishtana the tzimtzum. He becomes he's naif and that he's shalei behemshach to the eir abligvol, and in eir agvol gufa the shinui medarga ledarga l'chora the eir you can't say the eir the tzimtzum is eini chitzeni. The eir is nimshach in a different eifin because of the tzimtzum.
What are the two inyanim? There's two inyanim that tzimtzum is put.
Yeah, for the etzim zach that the eir is nifret from the eir abligvol. Lifnei tzimtzum the eir agvol was a prat in the eir abligvol. The tzimtzum was spelled that eir agvol is nimshach as eini b'fnei atzmi, and then he's more bemilt. There's 5 inyanim that speaks about shinuyim, the erak bol, the way it was achar and lifnei. That brings you to the fact that it's a kaf kotzer, so it's that's a davar neisef, a tzimtzum neisef. Yeah, I said a little different. I'm saying, but so this the keta before explains two prata. Side that there's no shine era bliko, and I you're saying Simpson does not attack and stuck on the ways that the Simpson is only legabe azulas, but legabe the air and the zulas is not fizas makam legabe era bliko, and he himself stays ein sof, and now there's no shine legabe etzem because even a lesser Indian because the whole Simpson is the whole air is audible. Then also was red done achakam var yeser the legabe the air gvul, which the air gvul is affected by the Simpson. He's mishtana the Simpson. So the it's a shine.
I guess this paragraph just explaining why the Simpson is not a shine
because the Lepel Rebbe mentions it before, and Lepel he speaks in the Shariach in the beginning. He speaks mefurish when he gets to the Arab legal. That finds and then this prayer.
That's the third paragraph is explaining why there's no shine.
Which one? Vahir Ma'ar Vali Lul Mavar Yeser? No. That's the Sim. No, that's not Chabert. We'll get to that. No, that's not Chabert. No, that's not Chabert. This is for sure speaking about also very Arab. This kata. So here the Rebbe brings two pratim. Mishkas vat something to someone else lukus. Maybe mishkas basis chaim. Shigam be'er in shem shine. Move at dugmal as a mesh shan neshama that's it. This meaning in the book. So what do we see from there? That what's the tzimtzum? L'chora there was a amos. L'chora the pasha that mezagen at era atzilus is in the darga of atzilus. In order to be nimshach te'elam hazeh, it has to go through tzimtzumim. It has to be misamsim in order to be nimshach te'elam hazeh. L'pel we see from Moshe Rabbeinu that the air that atzilus could be meir in elam hazeh. Atzilus could be meir in elam hazeh. The sachakol and even la'achir is talkos Moshe is not the pshat. So what are we seeing from Moshe Rabbeinu? But etzem the air of atzilus mitzad the air gufa is meir begoli in elam hazeh also. Mitzad the air can a meir and bezgalos. L'pel there's no mekabel which is be'erech to be affected by the reality. The way it is mitzad the air is not nirgash in the mekabel, but the reality the way it is mitzad the air. Mitzad him, the fact that there's tzimtzumim and he's nimshach and seder shlashlos in a way that when he comes to Elam Hazi he's b'tzimtzum, the tzimtzum is not payal on him. It's only payal that the mekabel shouldn't be margish the inyan the way it is in Elam Hazi. Azevol to gezak, they say in the mashal nefesh al-seichel amidus. In order for they say or Rav Thomas, the seichel the Rav understands is in a higher rafin. In order to explain it to a lower darga, the seichel has to be mistamtzum. Here we're saying atzilus is eremis the kelim atzilus are very high darga. Eremis labish b'kelim. This Parshas Advarim, in order for this air to be nimshach in Elam Hazi, you have to go through all Seder Shlashim, Kam v'Kam Tzimtzumim, and then the air is mishtana and he comes v'hesim to the Mitzvah of Elam Hazi. Those are Kmenishtas. We're saying that the air K'mei Shehu Ba'atzilis mitzad his inyan is begoli in Elam Hazi. Either there's a tzimtzum. The tzimtzum is only because there's mekabel. Legabi the mekabel, we can't be sensitive to the air. We in Elam Hazi, not mitzad the air, he could be meir in Elam Hazi. From the point of view of the air, he steht begoli da in Elam Hazi. From the point of view there. The Mekabel, the way we take Elam Hazah, let's say, the way we experience Elam Hazah, we cannot be Kalim to this air. So the Tzimtzum is only that the air should that the Mekabel shouldn't be Nirgash. The Tzimtzumim which exist in the Air Gvul are not that the air itself is Mishtan. That the Mekabel shouldn't fully experience what the air is. But the air mitzvah the air's Indian is a Begoli da in Elam Hazah.
How does it fit with the? I know it fits with one. The Rebbe's beer shaykh the helms and the tzimtzum on the helms and miti, Marshall's kelim.
It's not a stereotype.
I'm saying we're not saying it's only something makabel and they can't see it. The art and tzum go as in how does it?
It's something else. The air it's only got with the Mekabel. It's not.
How do you? The way it makes it sound here is that it's just that we can't. As much as here begile, what are the Indians?
No, from the point of view of the air, he can be expressed fully. I mean, something's in a state of existing, something's begoli, but no one has eyes to see it. So you say if no one has eyes to see it, or the people's eyes are closed, that means that there's a chisarn in the Indian. Let's say there's an Indian which is meir begoli, someone standing in this room fully open, he's not hiding himself, or someone singing a niggin loud, but l'payel, everybody in the room is tone deaf. So epis felt in zayin gilui. Mashal mukhshi.
Right, that's what we see over there. Not just for sure, not because that person can't see, not because the eyes are closed. The symptoms in the earth, as a whole according to the sikh over there, no?
No, the fact, that's something else. The fact that people that are, the fact that there is, it's an ishpun kaze. Let's not go into
what is it, fine, say, what is symptom for?
Let's see what it say there. The symptom is, if there wouldn't be a symptom, then there would be no way of the Mekabel experiencing the air according to his dharma, according to his level. We don't have the light. There's air shining in this world from Elam Atzilus. We don't have the eyes to see it, so we wouldn't experience any light. We wouldn't experience darkness. The fact that Tzimtzumim is that the air is Meir, Legabi the Mekabel, however much we're able to handle. Lepel the air comes in the air Atzilis is Mashpia and Tzemeach HaMedaber. Begoli. There's Chayis Keich HaTzmicha Nimshach in the Tzemeach. How much Keich HaTzmicha is Nimshach in the Tzemeach? A mute. Is that because the air comes in a lower way, or the air from its point of view is Begoli? Tzemeach, the way it is in Atzilis, is Meir from its point of view is Shaint Begoli in the Ilam. Lepel, the Metzias HaMekabel is not aware of that either. And what is he? But he's aware of how much he's able to handle. And the air is nirgash in a way that he's able to handle. But that's all the gabi the mekabel. The gabi the air is mitzidei kefin tzach meshu. That's I'm saying the hezbollah that the Rebbe says. What Chassidus says that Atzilus is nimtza kan lamata. Now Torah says in Tanya and Dago that in the Esespheres Dasiya you have Esespheres Yitzir, Esespheres Yitzir, what's Alter was saying? And here you have there. Means that b'pnimis hadvarim. In the Eirat, in Elam Haza exists the Eirin Tzov Baruch Hu's Meir Begila in Elam Haza. Mitzidai. The fact that the Mita saying is from the point of view of the air, he's Meir Begila in this world. We don't have the eyes to see it. We don't have the kelim to sense it. And the Pile, we sense the Lakus according to how much we're able to sense. That's the Ve'emet HaDat Tzimtzum. The fact that the air is Meir and Eifin, however much we're able to handle, because the air is not, there's Tzimtzumim, which are Mailim the air, that Legabe Mekabel shouldn't be nergash the ganze Eira Atzilis. Means in the Mashal we're saying we don't have the eyes to see. What we're saying here, the Tzimtzumim are that the truth, the way it is, mitzad the air, shouldn't be sensed by the Mekabel. And the Mekabel should sense according to his Gedarim. Not, he shouldn't sense the Indian the way it is mitzad the air, he should sense the Indian according to his Hagbalis.
Some are on the earth, they're just only in order for the Mekabel.
All Hagbalis that the Mekabel shouldn't be able to nergash the Indian. But from the point of view of the air, these Hagbalis don't exist. Let me say the marshal. Basically, in Elam Mechinas it's also brilliant. I'm sure I'm sure Besmit Shvat Lanavuah. In a pirish Yishin Banavuah, the Gamati Yishin Lanavuah. Like Shechasar Mekabel. But there is a Ili Nimsa Meshav. You know, Ato Yagam Ata Neshama Datzilus Begoli. Adar Shayez. There would be a Eira Atzilus Begili in Elam Hazim. V'imkein had it Eina Shini Be'Oir. Ela She'im Mekabel Lekabel. Aber der Mitzad Atzmei is Meir Dalamata. So what's the Tzimtzumim? The Tzimtzumim is that the Inyan, the way it is, Mitzad the air, shouldn't be Meir in the Mekabel. Not that Tzimtzumim is that the air should be Nismait. The Tzimtzumim is that the Inyan, the way it is, Mitzad the air, shouldn't be Nergash by the Mekabel. The truth of the air shouldn't be apparent like by the Mekabel. But not that the air from its point of view is Mishtan. That's what we're saying here. V'harai that the air Mitzad Atzmi is Begili, because Gufi Shal Meisha, which could tap into this air, but this Meir Geven Begoli. If you would have a Richtige Mekabel, what Meir Geven, so this air from its point of view, it's Meir Begili in Elam Hazim. The Tzimtzumim are that the Mekabel shouldn't experience the air the way it is mitzad the air. He should experience the air mitzad the Hagbalas of Tzimtzum. But that's all, that the Mekabel shouldn't experience the truth the way it is mitzad the air. But mitzad the air, Gufi is Begili, here in Elam Hazim. That's the idea. The Rebbe says here. The Rebbe is just being mitzvah. What's the tzimtzum? Usually, when you say tzimtzum, the pshat is you say the Rebbe is mitzamtzum the seichel with the Talmud should understand. It's not that. What's the pshat tzimtzum? That the Rebbe is mitzamtzum it. That the Talmud shouldn't experience the full scope of the inyan that he's giving him. He shouldn't experience the seichel the way the seichel is. He's giving him a smaller seichel. He gives him seichel in ba'ifim mitzumtzum. He gives him only the shitchis of the seichel. Doesn't give him the aimek. Here we're saying, but etzem the aimek is in the makam makal. The aimek is in the makam makal. What's that tzimtzum? That the mekabel shouldn't experience the inyan, the air, the way it is inside the air. But the air mitzad atzmi is begiven. The fact that there is a get from mekabel and that he doesn't experience the air k'meishu hu mitzad the air, that's in an amit. It's not chazal. And that's sheikh l'amun. But the shaila is, what's the nature of tzimtzum? That's the shaila. What is the tzimtzum? The tzimtzum is that the inyan is mishtan idea tzimtzum, or the tzimtzum is that the mekabel shouldn't be margish the air the way the Indian is Bamitase, the way it is inside the air. So there is, from the point of view of air, from the point of view of the Espashas Alakus, the way he is, from the air, the point of view of the air, the way he is in this world, and the way we experience the air. And that's the tzimtzum, that we shouldn't experience the air the way the air is present here. We should experience the air the way tzimtzum, the way, in a different knife, that he's not here. But the tzimtzum is not pale on him, that his being here should be dependent according to the Eifnat tzimtzum. That's the dogma was bring. Where's the dogma? The dogma is Eira Atzilis, from its point of view, can Meir Zayn Begoli, Bisman Hazeh. The Pearl there's no Guf of Meisha, but there's no Guf of Meisha means that the Eir is bis almost. You don't have the Mahatish the Egin to the Zen. As the Dad Guf Shal Meisha, so the Eira Atzilis with the Meir Begili in Elam Hazeh. So it's not the pshat that is almost ha'er, the halomis of Malchus, the Malchus that Asiya is that the Eir should be mismait, the Gabi the Eir. The Eir Mitzvah means Begili. But the tzimtzum is that the Mekabel, Lamata, shouldn't be margish the Indian the way it is Mitzad the Eir. Means there's the presence of a Lakus the way it is Mitzad the Lakus, even the Eir Agvul, and there's the Metzias, there's the Hergish of Eir Agvul, the way we experience the Eir Agvul. Now, I think what they're saying here is what's Taka the beer was it? What's the pshat in them? That it's eragvul. It means it's an air which comes if you erach mitzias elements. It's not air. It's not. We're not talking about the erablikvul. Erablikvul steht in sehr gut. The erablikvul is near kameshu b'chamak. It means in stuff is near kameshu. Here we're saying that it's er atzilus. So er atzilus. Atzilus has agbalas. Atzilus is elam haza is not kelim for atzilus. What's the pshat that atzilus is meir here? Bisman as elamant. So this al derech zeh luchrim means manas lukus steht etwas anders. Was steht da manas lukus? Al derech zeh mishkas mit manas lukus. Bedugmas Rav Mashpia Seichel Talmidei. So was steht dort? Seichel Rav Shleiber Seichel Vanas Talmid. Gdei Shi es Seichel Berach Talmid. Tzarich L'Salik Sichle Legani. V'achar Kach Oman Seichel Berach Talmid. So here we have a tziyur that you have a mitzias. You have Seichel Berach Talmid. You have the way it is from the point of view of the Seichel Rav, and you have the way it is from the point of view of the Talmud. From the point of view of Seichel Arav, he's being masber Seichel Mitzumtzum. We're not saying that there is no Seichel Mitzumtzum. He's masber the Seichel in a way that a Talmud should understand. So there is the way he understands the Seichel. He understands the Seichel Shalei be'erach to the Klei Talmud. Versteht this is blikvol. He's masber the Seichel in a way it should be behessen to the Talmud. The Rav sees in this Seichel Mitzumtzum. He sees in it his whole Emek HaSeichel. And the Talmud zet decision. What's the pshat in there? What's the pshat that the Rav sees in this Seichel Mitzumtzum? Sein ganze Emek. His whole Emek. And so we're saying that there's no Seichel Mitzumtzum according to the Gabi Rav. There's no Seichel Mitzumtzum, there's only Seichel Blikvol. There is a Seichel Mitzumtzum. There's a chilek how you view the Seichel Mitzumtzum. Is the Seichel Mitzumtzum something different than the Seichel Rav Atzmei? Or the Seichel Mitzumtzum, from the point of view of the Rav, is dorten gefinzach and dorten scheint, begoli, his Seichel. Begoli, not behel. Dorten scheint, begoli, the Gabi Rav, his Seichel. Agam it's a Seichel Mitzumtzum. And from the Talmud's point of view, he only sees the external part. That means, so what comes out is, there's the chitzenius of the air, and there's the primus air. The amitas einin of the air. The chitzenius air of air atzilus is there's air mugbo. And it comes, and the air of tzemeach is air mugbo according to tzemeach. And the air atzilus is mugbo according to the tzir of atzilus. That's the chitzenius. The primus, it's ein sof mamish. It's the same ein sof as the fnei tzimtzum. That's the Lemers and Mesiris man. I think that's the Yisod why mitzad the air there's no agbolis. Why mitzad the Rav the air atzilus can be nimshach dalamata because the pnimis air atzilus and the air is the same air. The air atzilus and the air asiya is the same air. The pnimis ain't sof and the pnimis is the same Indian. The chitzenius this is a keach etzmicha gashmis and this is keach etzmicha atzilus. But the pnimis is the same Indian.
Why is it just same vol? Why is it?
But here it's in a higher eighth. Here it's in the way it's in the. It's bleak vol. Okay,
Why did you go there?
Because it's one. What's the pshat that it's ain't self okay, it's the same Indian tak. It just brings out a different good. Lamas in the lashon mishtei though. He says, "Do what's happening to Seichel Talmid? Seichel Rav Shalei Berach Seichel Vav Talmid." So what's clear? Seichel Rav Shalei Berach. The Rav sees the Indian. The Rebbe's dogma wants that the Rav sees the Indian Atzilis. And the Talmud sees the Indian Elam Hazeh. Shalei Berach Kla. Uchdeishi es Seichel Berach HaTalmid means he doesn't speak the language, let's say, of Biyad. So zayin as Seichel tzarich l'salik sichle legamri. V'achar k'choman tzei Seichel Berach HaTalmid. Is afilu k'shemesalik sichle ein apirish she'oz ein Seichel etzlei yesh es l'seichel ha'seichel k'mikayda. V'ach she'ein ze shaykh l'makam. It's not the pshat. The tzimtzum is not the pshat. That legabi the Rav, the Seichel ha'Rav, gets anders. That legabi Talmud, the fact that in the seichel is the fact that the seichel hamitzumtzum is connected to the seichel harav shouldn't be shaykh to the Talmud. That's the tzimtzum. Again, like Kisha Shish Ben Kabbalah Rav, ain't Shaykh Zeh Sherav Baseichel Kmike. Legabe their connection, the fact that the Rav is Baseichel, the fact that the Tzimtzum is not Meshane, does the Hodesh Tzimtzum Talmud. כי אם הדחשו צורך להמשך ולגלי שכל תלמידים בזה אין שכל לרב בגולי גם לא שכל לגבולי שבי היינה השכל שבערך התלמיד כמו שהוא ברב בגולי ביחד בשכל שמצד הרב only לגבי התלמיד כשהוא צורך להמשך ולגלי שכל תלמידים is בזה בערך התלמיד is this נגד הרב is nicht das gering zu verstehen. But the pearl, the lashon in the Maamar Lakus is that who has the Maamar? I'm saying, but what's the beer that I can take this legabi the Rav Talmud? The beer versteht is that because what's taka the pshat? What's taka the pshat that the Rav is bekeichei to be masber seichot haTalmud shlei berach lower than him? So if the Rav understood in a certain seer bagbala. What the nicht gekent masber sein des sechel dargo is shlei berechten. If you have the Indian, if you have an Indian in a certain midah b'shir, so a dargo is shlei berech, tam is shlei berech to the Rav. So you have no way of relating the Indian to him, because you have the Indian in a way that's beyond the sechel tam. So on one hand we're saying the Rav is shlei berech to the tam. If the Rav is shlei berech to the tam, how does he have the ability to explain the sechel in a way that's best to the tam? Because the Rav has the Indian without agbolos. That's because the Rav sees the Inni without any limits. Because the Rav has the Inni without agbolis, can es masber sein also bei from tzimtzum. The mahus, the seichel Rav is not a tzir of blikvo. He has the nekudas seichel the way it is mufshit from any agdar, from any agbol. The mele he can explain the seichel in any way, even in a tzir mitzumtzum. So the reason why is mashpia. So what's the reason why Lukus is mispashet also in Eifin of Erekbol? What's the premise for them that Lukus could also come Erekbol? Because the Lukus is also shaykh to Gvol. The Eivah ain't so Gvol. Lo yoyim makom lemid se'elamis. What's like the pshat that he comes in Eifin of Gvol? Because Amitis Ein Sof has no Akbalas Klal. He has no Akbalas Klal. He cannot say that he can't be in a certain way. So what's the Yisad that he's in Eifin of Gvol? Because he's shaykh to Gvol? Because he's also small? Or because his Ein Sof has no definition? If it's because his Ein Sof has no definition, so the pnimius of the Erak Vol is the same Erak Blikvol. For what can it come in Elam Hazah? Why can it come in Elam Hazah? Because he's not Mugbal, if he be in Eifin of Elam Hazah. He's not Mugbal, he could be in a Tzir of Atzilis. So it's the same Ein Sof, which is not Mugbal, can in Al Eifan. It's the same Ein Sof. Versteht the meaning?
The is the same Hezbollah.
Hezbollah as well.
Blikvol, Vol.
No, but Legabi the Era Blikvol.
You're saying the same.
No, you're saying Legabi this. You say this back as it. The Rebbe brings there that the Rebbe says Behemshech Mefurish that the Era Blikvol is Nimtza Bagbol. I'm saying it's Muchach over here also. The Rebbe is saying that the Tzimtzum what's the Shinei that was Merat in the Era Kav? The Shinei that he was Nimshach Adeh Tzimtzum, and then the Shinei Im La'achre Tzimtzum. What's the Shinei Adeh Tzimtzum? That he's Menutek from the Era Blikvol. So this beer is a beer that is not be'emes menutek from the Erev Blikvol. I say there's two pratim in the Shinei. The fact that he's mishtana me'edom lo'elam, and the fact that he's in an eifin that is nifres from the Erev Blikvol. And legabe beide pratim zakmen that the Shinei is only legabe the way it is mitzad the Rav is that it's all is ein sof. But legabe the Talmud is a davar mitzumtzum. The Talmud is gvul. Legabe the Talmud is not nikar this Indian that mitzad the Rav there's no Shinei. From the point of view of Ein Sof, the fact that he's in Elam Hazeh is not a hataka from his Ein Sof. But the Talmud doesn't experience that. The Talmud sees a small Indian. The Talmud is small, and he sees a small Indian. From the vantage point of Ein Sof, the small is all an expression and because he's Ein Sof. But that's from the vantage point of Ein Sof. From the vantage point of the Talmud, he just sees a davar shel gvul.
The Kudah isn't that the Blikvol is shiny here. The Kudah is that the Shloime was kilo. It's all part of the same union.
And the mele it's begilui. Legabe the the Ein Sof of the Lukus is begilui. There's no shine. The whole tzimtzum The tzimtzum is that the Indian should be made in a way that a Makabal should be able to be Teves. Yeah. I'm saying the Indian tzimtzum is that the Makabal Gvuli, which is not, doesn't experience in Yana Mitzad Eir, he should also experience Elikus. That's the tzimtzum. Not the tzimtzum is not to limit the Eir. The tzimtzum is that a Makabal Gvuli, which does not experience things from the vantage point of Ein Sof, he should experience Elikus. Now, that Indian Gufa, what's the premise of that? From the point of view of Elikus, the fact that even a Makabal Gvuli can experience it. Because he's Ein Sof. But, and from the vantage point of Ein Sof, there's no Shinui, Sa'al's M. But from the Mekabal's point of view, he, the Pearl, gets a Seichel Mukbal. If there wouldn't have been Tzimtzum, so there's only the way the Rav experiences it. There is no Geder that Talmud experiences it. Tzimtzum is that the Rav relates himself that a Talmud Kotten should be able to be Tefesim. The Talmud doesn't relate to the whole vantage point of the Rav. So the Tzimtzum is that the vantage point of the Rav shouldn't be Nirgash the way the Talmud experiences it. The Talmud is Glata Zikvul. From the vantage point of Glata Zikvul, what do you see a Seichel Mitzimtzum? You don't see a Seichel Blikvul.
The way that I've experienced it isn't Blikvul. The way I experience it is that's a minion, no?
Say this.
So when we say the way I experience it, I don't mean
The
Blikvul.
Mele,
Blikvul and Vul, same thing.
he sees that the Erak Vol is his Espasha Ein Sof from the same way the Erak Blikvul. It's not two separate in Yon.
I'm saying when I say that I've experienced it,
You're saying for a different Nekudah together. Tzimtzum, why it wasn't a Tzimtzum that they're saying it's all the time that the cow should experience in Vul.
Yeah.
So it's a different Nekudah.
Then I was saying yesterday.
No, that what you're just saying now. You're saying Nekudah, the fact that the Arab Vul, the Gabi, it's a hemshech of
The
Shit to
Blikvul.
say. The Arab Vul, the hemshech.
But the Mekabel doesn't experience Pshita Ein Sof. The Mekabel gets a Seichel Mitzimtzum.
I'm saying we're trying to explain why the Arab Vul.
We're trying to explain that the Erak Vol, even though L'chori comes behesin to the Metzias Elamis, the fact he comes in a limited way. Chatchali was in a higher way. Let's say this was not Atzilus, was in a higher way. He came to Asiya, he came in a lower way. The didn't change. It's the same exact It's the same Ein Sof. And it's the same it's the same way the is not Atzilus is the Erechat and Elam Hazim. It's the same And then it's the same Nekudah that a Lakus could also be in a Tzir of Gvul. But from the point of view of Tziyurim of Gvul, it's Takatu Tziyurim. From the point of view of Gvul, from a Mekabel, which is not Blik Gvul, from someone Azulas, there's different Sichlim Tzimtzum. There's different dargis. But from the point of view of the Elyin, which is Ein Sof, Legabe him, it's all one Nekudah Sa'etzim of Ein Sof. There's no Shinui B'Amitisi in the air itself. Saying this Nekudah is the Adarach Nekudah Midat HaMasbah. It's the same. What we're saying is, what's the pshat that the Rav could come in a small way? What's the pshat that the Rav can mitzamtzum himself in an eifin of katnus? Because the Rav doesn't have his God, he's not mugbal in the gather of godless. So his etzem is Ein Sof. So he sees the Nekudah Ein Sof there. That Nekudah Ein Sof is also blikvul. The same Nekudah Ein Sof, which is mechayiv, which lets him be in an eifin of gvul, that same Nekudah Ein Sof is the reason why he's blikvul. It's the same Nekudah. It's not a different mahos. And from the point of view of the Ein Sof, ken hashtei megilui. From the point of view of the truth, the gvul and the blikvul are not a stira. From the Mekabel's point of view, the gvul is a mitzvah fnei atzmei, gvul is a stira to blikvul. And versteht doch anders was so?
Why don't we need this one? Why was not enough of the?
What's
Because before
the what?
The Tzimtzum, the Arab Vul, the Gabi earns it is not a shit.
It's not a shini. Why is it not a shini?
Because you said it, right? It's in Klei Chashav.
That's the gabi the blik. Why is there no shini in the Erak Vul Guf? That's the shayla. The Erak Vul Guf has shini. That's the shayla. That's what they were speaking over here. Why the Erak Vul goes through different shini? Of them sagt the Erak Vul Guf, there's no shini amiti there. Versteht nicht?
No, I think I understand.
Oh, okay. Good. Let me get a bisschen weiter. Here there was adding another point. So what sagt er da? Not only that mitzad the point of view of the Eir. The Eir Hagvul is the same Eir as the Eir Hablikvul, but what's the tzimtzum? The tzimtzum is that to give space to the way the Mekabel senses things. That's the code of tzimtzum, right? The Rav gives space to experience things the way the Mekabel gives it. So now, l'chora, that's a shini. You have the from the Rav's, before the tzimtzum, there was only the Rav's point of view. Now there's the Talmud's point of view. There's the gvul mitzad the gather of gvul. Gvul from the point of view of the Talmud is a new inyan. So that's nicht gewinnt here. Legabe the Rav, the fact that it comes into gvul is not a shinui. But lepoil, not that there was a tzimtzum means that the inyan, the way it is inside the eldin in Ishmael. And the Mekabel senses the inyan according to the Mekabel's Gdorim, which wasn't the Mekabel's Gdorim Gvul. So the Gdorim of the Mekabel is through Tzimtzum, is in a smug which is not the Elyon. Lifnetz in the air is supposed to be Gilui. So in the air is not Mishtan. But L'chora there's a tzir of the Mekabel. And the tzir of the Mekabel is other than the Rekudas HaBli Gvul of the Rav. What's the tzimtzum? Tzimtzum is that the inyan, the way it is inside the Elyon, shouldn't be Meir. And the Elyon is not Mishtana. But Akopanim, the inyan, the way it is inside the Elyon, shouldn't be Meir Begoli. And now there is the way the Zulas is Teves the inyan. The Elyon Herzach nicht, and there's the way the Zulas is Teves the inyan. There's a gather of Gvul. The gather of Gvul is Gvul. From the point of view of Gvul, so there's an inyan which is not the Eirav Gvul. So the Nacham Mitzis. Why is there not a Shini Legabi Lifnat Tzimtzum? Lifnat Tzimtzum, there was only the Rav, there was no Mitzis of the Mekabel. Now through the Tzimtzum, there's almost there's an asmagam to the Hergesh of Makabel, to the Hergesh of Gvul, which is not behesent to the Bli.
Even though it's just a shini chitzani, but it's
It's not a Shini of the Erev.
Even though it's a shini chitzani, the guy with the herb, but it's still considered a
The
shini.
Nacham Mitzis.
Why is it a Shabbat violation?
Chod Elisha Nisi is that it's not shaykh to say that there's Lepoil, there is Elikus, the way Elikus is higher than giving a higher. There is it is reality where there's no musik of a makabel, and then there's a lower stage where there's the Rav is Beis Amos, and he gives space for another. His reality doesn't change, but now there is a tzimtzum, and the tzimtzum caused that there's a reality of a makabel which is not sensitive to his truth.
That's what a violation is, even though he did all of that.
So there's a reality outside of Elikus. There's a reality which Shloime behesem to dispatch Elikus. That's good for the shini. From the point of view of Lifnat Tzimtzum, the way the Elikus is Misadatzme, before there was a Tnu of his Almos, there's only him. And there's no concept of a Zulas. There's no concept of Gvul, Alt Gvul. Mashiach Nadeh Tzimtzum, there's a concept of a Mitzias. Mitzias V'yesh. So Adem Zok the Rebbe that the truth is that the Pnimius of the Mekabel, there is no such a thing. A gather of Gvul after the gather of Gvul. Because the whole Kavana, why there's in that Tzimtzum, is all in order for the Talmud to experience the Bli Gvul of the Rav. It's this should not differ, but it's the fact that there's a musig of Gvul al Gvul is in order for the truth of Elikus to also be Meir mitzad the gather of Gvul, not only mitzad the gather of Bli Gvul. Let's see the lashon inside. I start ashning, then I lose touch of what's going on. Lamer zeh mashtei da. Varba Maamar ideas say shafilu mitzad that tzimtzum gam ken lishon is. So what's from free hot meant that there's no shin in the air. Was like that Suda that even mitzad that tzimtzum gam ken lishon is. Fire is that the Moshe the Gemara Shlame the Megal Seichel Talmidei. The Cheftzi who why is he Megal Seichel Talmidei? Why is he being Mevar Seichel Talmidei? Why is he being with Tzamtzum Seichel? So his point is not Cheftzi Shiyeh and Tiyesef Kamay. Means what's that? We're saying before one way you say what's the Nekuda? The Rav should bring out that he's not mukbal and how to give over his Seichel. That's not that's for what we said before is negate just that. The fact that the Rav is Masber Seichot HaTalmid, that's an expression of his shleimus. V'meila is not Agbalas. But the Poyel, the Talmud doesn't experience the way it is inside the experience of the Rav. The Talmud's way of experiencing it, the Talmud's Metzias, is a Metzias which is nothing to do with the Rav, or the fact that the Rav relates that Talmud which is not like him, is because he wants to elevate this Talmud that even someone that's not like him should become like him. What's his purpose? Why is he being Masber Seichot HaTalmid? Because he wants that someone that's not like him should also be like him. What do you need to taste of Kamayv? What's the Ili Shabbat? The Ili is that not only the Seichel Harav is true from his point of view, even from a point of view of of a Talmud which is Shalei Baruch lower than him, also this Mitzvah Talmud should also be Nis'ala to the sense. Should also become a Keli to the sense. Here we're saying that from the point of view of the Rav, the fact that he's Mitzamtzim is not a real Tzimtzum. It doesn't affect him, because he's Ein Sof throughout the entire journey. But the Talmud doesn't experience that. Why is he's using the Talmud as Yechetim? There's one code is is thinking on Bos besteht the fact that the Rav is mashpia to the Talmud to bring out that he doesn't have the Indian in a limited way. That he has the Indian on Agbolos. Then we're saying that the truth of the Rav should also be true from the vantage point of the Talmud. That the Metzias HaTalmud should be in this aleph, should be like the Rav. It's like, what's the Nekudah? That the Eira Bligvul should be B'kol Mokim? Or the Metzias HaGvul should be a Keli to the Bligvul, should be like him. Not only the truth of Elokus should be from the vantage point of Elokus, even the Metzias of Gvul should be like him. That's the Nekudah. That's the Shanan Darin and Gansa. In the Gvul should be a Keli to the Bligvul. In Gvul Avel should be Nizgal to the Bligvul. That even the emes is that the Makam HaMakabel is not an Indian outside of the Eibishter's Bligvul. Huh? What do you mean before it wasn't? That's the previous that's Tzimtzum. In Nizgal, that's the previous Indian. It means that the Amitis Indian, there's never a Tnua of leaving the Ein Sof, the Ein Sof, the Ein Sof Elokus.
Could we say like Bligvul and Amos or?
Even though it's not, it's schwer zu wissen, aber lassen wir es einfach steht. Weißt du, was man tut, wenn man schon mal mit dem Gas sich Talmid, der Hefzi hu Shiur nicht Yosef kamay, was will er? Der ist Talmid sollen sein, als wie eine Tachlis Rabu Shiur hat Talmid, sof kamer Rab. Not only that his seichel should be B'kol Mokim, but that the Talmid should be like the Rab. Teish Yuchla Makabel Hokas Ashpa, Yovel Lies, Kmerat Sochlis, Tzimtzum Sechel Rav Legani. Silik Tzimtzum Rishon. Bachargas Sochlis, Shachas Kav Kotzer Vedak. Sechel Shber Chatam. V'gam Sechel Zeh, Sochim Shachlik Misheru Barav, Atz Mil Shvim Kodesh Shubim Shal Kotzer Vedak. Yesh Kav Ozi Smal the Sof Kavana Serav, Shiur Neti Yosef Kamoy Kamerav. Ken was sagt, the laser will watch him say the Erdin Shine Shareru Begoli. Rakshin is a Shaykh Latam. The air from its point of view is Meir Begoli. I feel him, it's had that Tzimtzum Atzmai, which the Tzimtzum is the fact that he does relate to the Talmud, even that aspect of the air that relates to the Talmud, not the aspect in the air which does not relate to the Talmud. The aspect in the air which relates to the Talmud is Gvul. I feel that Tzimtzum Atzmai, Kim Shkolim Yana Yukdish and Teves V'Kamayu, Haina Shatalmud Yekamer Rav, Sheyikach Gamas Ablikvul Shal Rav, Varei Derech Lazohu Tzimtzum, and Kennedy B'Shas Tzimtzum Yesh Ba Tzimtzum Asher Rav Ablikvuli. Leish Gamat Talmud Yekin Blikvuli. Tzrichen Linyonim Elu Tzimtzum. Ken in the Shine Amidi, v'rak shel Talmud nirakin, aval Rav Rei kvar be'at Tzimtzum v'ashine, ish ha'deze nasa ha'inyin d'neti Yosef k'mayse. Os mekedem u'bekeach v'aschol v'achar g'bol l'peh. Nach ha'inyin. They were saying the Pnimius HaGvul is that in the Gvul Zameir is and the Gvul. What's the Pnimius at Tzimtzum? The Pnimius, not the Hanimshach Hadei Tzimtzum. The Eira Nimshach Hadei Tzimtzum is Ein Sof. What's the Pnimius at Tzimtzum? The Pnimius at Tzimtzum is, what's the Tzimtzum? Mizal Tzugin Tzat-Talmud. The Elokus relates to Azulas, Tzat-Talmud. What's the Pnimius of this Tzimtzum? That Sof Kol Sof, the Blig Vul of the Rav, the Talmud should be a Keli to the Blig Vul of the Rav. I mean that the Gvul should be Nes'achad with the Blig Vul. The Zulas, which is Gvul, he should be Nes'achad with the Blig Vul. So what's the Pnimius HaGvul? The Pnimius HaGvul is Bli Gvul.
Even though if he shot.
Saying the Nekudas HaTzimtzum is not, why are we leaving? Why is the Elokus, the Eibush is Ein Sof. Why is he giving space for another? Because the fact that the Eibush's Bli Gvul should also be that the other should be a Keli for it. The other, which is not like him, which is Zulas, should also be a Keli to this Bli Gvul. And that's the pnimius of what the tzimtzum is. It's never a tnua of giving space for an other. It's in order for also an other to be a keli to the Ein Sof. So the pnimius of the gvul is the bli gvul.
So we understand, before we still understand that coming in Eifin Mubal is a chelik Shloime saying safe, because we don't understand Kibru.
But the shas, what's the gather of gvul? No, what's the point? If what's saying here is Adarech what the Rebbe says in Gadol Yeh, that steht, The shaila is without this word, you say the Rav seichel is blikvul. From the vantage point of the Rav, you say his name shabayim b'tzumtzum. You say the Rav says the Rav is masber seichel and levush of a mashal. Let's say from the point of view of the Rav, the seichel that he's explaining in the mashal is the same muhus ein sof as the seichel the way he understands it. But the question is the levush itself. The makabel is not the Rav. Lepoil, what is tzimtzum? Tzimtzum is space for another. Tzimtzum is this almos. Mitzat tzimtzum, there's a gather of gvul, the way the Talmud experiences gvul. What is that inyan and inyan alaki, or that's inyan outside of Lukas? The fact that he's everywhere is something else. So then lechatchila there's no the fact that the Rav's the Eir is nimshach b'chol makom. Then the question is, but what's the mitzias haTalmud? What's the mitzias of the makabel? Is the mitzias of the makabel gvul, and then the poil comes out that there's an aspect in mitzias which is not a keli talakus. There's an aspect in mitzias which is mechutz to the union of Eir. There's a tisvagam to another mitzias mitzat simtzum. Or we're saying that even though there's another aspect, he's everywhere. Here we're saying another word. The pnimius of the gvul of the makabel is that even the makabel should be a keli to blikvul.
So what do you mean before you said this is like Bilay? That this the thing before?
No, the mashal before is like Bilay.
This is the
Where the tzimtzum guf and it doesn't say this word. If it's tzimtzum guf.
So he says that
first
wrong.
the Kohen that's the Bilay.
First, this is the second word I'm saying. The second word is
This is the
that
second
tzimtzum. I'm talking about the second word. It's tzimtzum gam conditions. I was gonna say something. I was saying the other day that I'm saying is that there is that there's three inyan. There's one inyan is that the fact that the Eira Blikvul is nimtzah. The Gabi the Eira Blikvul there's no mitzias. Then there is that he could be nimshach even in the mitzias. He could be nimshach b'chol makom. That's another inyan. But then there is what's the pnimius? Not that the Eira Blikvul mitzad this ein sof could be nimshach b'chol makom. That the gvul could be a keli for the blikvul. It's not chazar. You say the Eira is ein sof. The Talmud is on it, so the Talmud is gvul. Saying through the of tzimtzum, the Talmud could be a keli to blikvul. We're not saying that the Talmud could become Eis Talmud. The Talmud, the mitzvah of the Talmud is from the fact that the Eir could be b'chol makom. The Eir is ein sof is not chazak. They were saying something else. The Talmud, which is gvul, through that vashpa seichel rav talmidei, the Talmud is nis'ala and becomes like him, like the Rav. I say, how could the Talmud become like the Rav? The Rav is Shloime be'erech higher than him. How does the Talmud become like the Rav? You say, what's the problem? From the Rav's point of view, it's not limited. But ein sof is not limited, but the Talmud is not ein sof. The Talmud is gvul. So how could the Talmud be like him? The poil on the mashal that works in the mashal of Rav Talmud, but that's in them does lit in the keach hashpa. That the emek of the Rav is not limited to be dafke from his point of view. It's true. It could also be neskabel by azulas. That's the ili neisef. And because that's that's I think this word brings out the Rebbe says before that there is the ili ha'er and the etzem. The Rebbe speaks three inyanim here in the Heder Hashimir. One Indian is that the Eira Blikvul is not mishtane because the Gvul is not Teves makom. The Helam is not Teves makom. The other Indian is that the Eira Gvul, the Eir is not mishtane. And the third Indian is that the primi is that the Kavanas at Tzimtzum is that the primi is Hagvul. The Mekabel should become a Kedit to the Blikvul. That's al derech. That's that brings out three Elohim. The fact that the Eira Blikvul is not legabi him, there's no Tefis Samakim Deshinuim. That is mitzad gedra gufim, mitzad gedra gili guf is mukder l'gdarim of gili. V'ot gedarf zayin that if he's begili ubehelim is tefes makom. The fact that the Eir is not mishtana, that the mitzvah has not Tefis Samakim klal legabi the alien, that's a certain alien Eir. That does not understand, but that's a certain alien Eir. The second thing is that it can be nimshach and that the blikvul is not mugbal to be netzir of blikvul. It can be nimshach blikvul. That's versteht that's the Indian Eisef. Lifnei Tzimtzum hat sich angehört der Eira Blikvul, the Tnuas of Blikvul itself. But shaken at that Tzimtzum, we bring out the Tnuas of the Kullah. That it can also be an Eifin of Gvul. Lopel Lifnei Tzimtzum, there was hat mergement the Tnuah of Loi Hayam Makom Levin Selos. But the fact that there's Eira of Blikvul, and Ava became there could be an Eira Gvul, and it's one Indian. So that's an uftu which is nisgala through Tzimtzum. The Indian that Eira Sof is Kelo Sai Eira Blikvul Sai Eira Gvul. The Tachas Ein Sof. Lopel comes to the Gilui Ayde Indian at Tzimtzum. And the third in is not a different that. That's which is the higher than Geder Eir. That even the Mekabel, which is not Eir, could also be a keli to the Blikvul of the Rav. That's that through tzimtzum there's the keach ha'etzem, which we said that even a zulas could be a keli for the, could be the chibur of the mekabel and the rav.
Even the first thing is in your head like Gili, right? Not in your head. Right?
Yeah, but it's steht nicht meforish. I think it's hard to.
The thing is, I was saying, well, the first Nakuda was saying, it's here, it's all here.
Zurück im Lahavin, ich sage nur, was kann sein. Was kann sein. I'm saying, I verstehe, it's Sifei is a whole new Indian Ganzen. A whole new, and this is another point that's good to remember. It's important to remember. What does the Rebbe say in the beginning? But the Shmat Gishwen, genug the word. What the Rebbe says in the beginning, the Rebbe's Lashon is, Kshem Shein Sef Lomata Mata Bispashas Gilad in Shiur, Kmeikenu Eres Sef Lomata Mata Ad in Ketz, V'chenas Helem, Shehelem Acher Helem. So, three years Madam. Same way we say Lomata Mata Ad in Tachlis, is equal to that is Lomata Mata Ad in Ketz. So the same way, I think the Rebbe says before that in order to understand Bar Chavo Ba'amkos, in of Lomata Mata Ad in Ketz. So the same way you spoke Kam V'Kam Prot Lomata Mata Ad in Tachlis, you have b'makbil zeh in the Lamayla Madadiketz. So the Rebbe speaks kama v'kama inyanim in the Lamayla Madadiketz. Ein could what the Rebbe speaking till now is Lamayla Madadiketz. In was bashtet the Helim. Lechatchila the whole kavanah Helim is there should be the bligvol even the Maamar Kaplan. I mean the ultimate. See this kama v'kama iluim which is brought out in the Indian Tzimtzum. The fact that the eid is not mishtane aydat tzimtzum brings out a certain aflo in there that even if the makim amakabel is not behesim to him. But the makabel is not Teves makom legabim. The fact that that he could be misgaleh, the fact that the could also be an eifin of gvul, could also be an eifin of makabel, that brings out that the is not mugbal to the tzir of bligvul. The beauty that he's saying told the matamata adin tachas that there's a izgalus of bligvul b'chomah. Here we're saying he doesn't have to be in izgaleh in a tzir; he could come in a tzir of gvul, and that's also his ein sof. Saying that's, and then there is the fact that the gvul could also be a keli to his ein sof. The helim. What's the nekudas helim? That even mitzad the zulas, even mitzad a makabel, even not mitzad the spashas elyon, the zulas could be a keli for him. Could be a keli to his big smachavar. What the Rebbe is lepoil, the Rebbe is inyanim of punktas we're going to get the mata adei tachlis. There's inyanim of three fanim in the spashas ein sof, and then there is the Rebbe says kamen fanim ashas ein sof, and then the very fact, I don't know exactly how the hakbola works, but it sounds like. From the end of the Maamar that it's Akbol. Al Derev here, there's Kam V'Kam in Yonim and Helim. What the Rebbe starts speaking weiter is that there's Nekuda of Helim, which is not B'Shul Agilim. The Helim, the way it has nothing to do with Halakus Kaviyah. Not even Mitzias of an Eilam, which is Saf Kol Saf Nis'ale, not that the Pnimius HaHelim is B'Shul Agilim. The Etzim in it, there's a matzah of Almas of Halakus, of Klipis, of Liya Erev and Yasisini. The Etzim, the phase of not being in the Hesem of Halakus. Before we say that the pnimius, the kavanas agil, the kavanas helim shul agil, the etzem helim, which is the matzav of not experiencing halakus, that gufa isn't yilin, that inin gufa, a lower helim, and this lower helim is all helamis lower and lower, which are really higher and higher. There's the gufa is not mishtana, the is nimshach b'gvul, but the etzem is b'gvul. The gvul gufa is a keli to b'gvul, and then there is the gvul not as a keli to b'gvul. The etzem in helim, the etzem in mitzias v'yeshes. Not in a eifin that he's a Talmud which was being nis'ala to the Rav. That's a meaning of Nesinas Makam, the Metzias. And that also brings out a certain gidul. But Vaseret and Sifhei, Ret around the Ini. You see, he starts off. Sat calling on it, so hey, Nemesh Lishanisi. His Avla came in again like Gidul Behelam Acharelam. Ukanal Miteres Abashem, Tifn Stavish Basis Malavatov, Ashanasa Cheshach Vavayu. Was will that is being with them? Cheshach Vavayu was Klippus. I mean, there's the experience of not a Talmud. Not a mitzvah shel zulas was kenes alle werden ein Sach mit them. And it could have there's an permit to that tzimtzum. There's a reality of hepech halakus. Not the etzim of a mitzvah which is not a halakus, which could self through aved binis alle. The etzim of mitzvah and klippus outside of halakus. That's a helam neisef, not the shalagid. And that inin is nach a hechere ilu. The etzim that halakus is not mugder to the milas that there should be in of iluim. We'll have to see the hemshah. And Sivav is going to be a beer on that in. I heard the meaning, but here's a new kav.
This is what he was getting to a long time.
I think that this is not behessen to the part of the Maggid. Pashto Sadvar. The part of the Maggid is that the helim is not an eifin, it's not shaykh to the gidul. It should be nis'akid. Dort et the Rebbe shen another zach. The etzem keich ha-hester. The etzem keich ha-gvul is a dafür stehen begolli. And there's a mile in the fact that the lukus doesn't have to be be'efish al-gidul. It's another Indian. The Rekud is to be megale that the fact that there's a Hester is because the Abishah could be master himself. Not that the Hester should be the Blikval also inside the Makabel. That the Kech Hester Guf is Mishkin in the Hester. So that's Veter Indian. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying just if I'm Shari in the Indian. I'm saying this Sif of the Leshanisi is nicht as he brings to verstehen. I'm saying it's not easy Indian.
Can we say the shade is legal in Emes or?
Emes in of Kalim. I'm saying the Chibur of the Metzias in the air. The Chibur of the Metzias in the air. Emes is not a Chibur of the Metzias in the air. Emes is, yeah, you're saying the first life. Yeah, but the Master wants that from the point of not that he's misached with the blikvo, that there's rayas from the bria for the kus. It's not a word of. Here we're saying that the Rav will ufton that the Thomas will sign as Evia. The air without tzimtzum is limited, that he should be mispashed. Through tzimtzum has a chuv getan that the air could also be an eif that the Thomas should be a kiddy for the air. Not from the Makabel, that the air should also be an eif and that the Makabel should be a kiddy for the air. Say there should be bad. I don't know if the Knetches. Tzimtzum is payla ili in the air. That the air does not have to be in a, not only the air is mispashet, b'chol mokim, but that the mokim is a kedi to the air, and is misached with the air. You're saying the second, but the first word in Emes, it's the same thing. I'm not if it's the same.
Clippers is not a cable player, but
Hmm?
Clippers are not Clippers can be a cable.
No, I don't know if it's good business. It brings out the Ein Sof of the air in a deeper Eif. This is all about an air, that the Spashtus of the Kus is even an Eif and that the Makabel is a kedi for it. That he's even in the Mokum of Gvul. And Mitzadik Gvul. Yeah, ich weiß, ich darf trachten, it's mamish the... I'm saying it's hard to stand, ich weiß nicht. Tzrich Nachshiv. I'm saying, Lepoil, this Indian you have in Galilea, this word, that there is Mitzad the air and there is Mitzad the Tzimtzum. That the Tzimtzum Guf in Yan Bishul Agiluk. And there the word is not the Memes Masculine, it's a different word over there. That's the Shloime Sa'er. That the Tzimtzum is on the Shloime Sa'er, that it can even be the Makam HaMakam. That's then the Lashon there from Galilea. Good.
You're saying that God.
Yeah, at the end of the first beer.
Why is this part of the first beer and the Abalishnisim Satzimsum again? Saying it's
No, the Rebbe speaks, saying the beer of Lish, the first real Lishnisi is because the Tachten is not the Bismak in the Gabriel. So it's side the Era Blikvol, the Era Gvol, the Gabi the Era Blikvol. The Era Gvol is not the Bismak in the Gabi the Era Blikvol. And the Era Blikvol, the Gabi the Etzem.
how's that a parallel to Matan and
No, I'm saying there's Ili Acher Ili. Each lab is another Ili. There the Rebbe spoke 3 Ili. Crazy, I'm saying, that's verstehen, but there,
So you're not necessarily parallel, you're just saying.
we'll have to see the Lashon later. He says, Al Derech Amor Lebeir Salat at the Tachlis. It sounds like they were saying Al Derech, like we said before, Kach V'Kach, Al Derech Zahir is Kach V'Kach.
Yeah, it's not really a beer in the, unless for the Arab legal, it's not really a beer in its heaven, it just.
Tzrich Mayin.